Hi, Brian.
How are you?
It's hilarious. We're like in really bright light, and everyone we talk to is in darkness.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, right, I'm actually in the green room of a TV show. I'm not even at home, so I'd normally have like some kind of like normal lighting in it, and I'm wearing a black shirt as well, so it's all yeah. We get it. But you look lovely though.
And that bag on your head, yeah.
You're just talking to just like All I need is like a big fedora just to kind of really make it all noir.
Exactly, you are the Matthias Rosé man.
No, the Cadbury milk tray, man. Remember that used to just appear in shadow.
I know, like so bad, so stalky.
Yeah.
You know, but like coming in through your window and leaving a box of chocks on your bed. I mean, what on earth was that?
Yeah. And like that was supposed to be, because I remember, that was supposed to be like, and this kind of goes to the film as well. It was supposed to be like quite no, seriously. Because it was all meant to be about like sensuality, like, you know, that kind of way. The milk tray man was meant to be all about sensuality, like. And like how like sensuality, I'm so pulling this out of my arse, but like how like sensuality is like just changed over the years.
I know. It's fascinating, actually. I must say, as a 63-year-old, I do look back and just beggars belief what we thought we found acceptable in the 1970s. You know, it's just all so messed up.
Yeah,
messed up. Anyway, but here we are, and I don't think that this film could have been made before now, actually.
Why do you say that?
I think that the Me Too movement and the sort of bringing forth of discussion about, particularly about consent, made the atmosphere in which this movie was made very different. And I'm very grateful for that, actually. We've just been talking about the fact that the movie reached Daryl and I at different stages in our lives and careers, but both of us were in the same state, in the sense that we would just happen to be ready for the movie, because it's not something that you could just go and play at any time. You've got to be in the right frame of mind. It's got to reach you spiritually, really, at the right moment. And sometimes film is like that. Sometimes stories are like that. And I feel that this story's come into the zeitgeist just at the moment when people are actually able to hear it, particularly after COVID, actually, when so much intimacy has been taken away from us.
Yeah.
Because it's about pleasure, and it's about intimacy and release and connection, deep connection. And all the connections that we think are supposed to be deep, but actually really aren't, are quite shallow, because we don't explore ourselves enough. We're not encouraged to explore ourselves because it's just too complicated, takes up too much time, you know.
Do you find though, like, because I know like with acting, like it can be that thing of you form like an instant connection with a screen partner or whatever, but then you're on to the next project, you're on to the next play, you're on to the next whatever. I mean, did any of that sort of, I don't know, like the immediacy of it, did any of that kind of play into your performance here, do you think, for both of you?
Yeah, I think
the fact that you latch onto someone and then you have to let them go, kind of thing. Like,
I mean,
we'll
go there. No, it was tough.
It's really hard.
It was. We obviously, we were aware that this required a level of intimacy with the characters, but we were just stepping through that bit by bit, myself and Emma, as people. We were so fortunate to have the space and the luxury to get to know one another, and the conversations we had, like, you know, if it was dinner on a weekend, or we used to cook in this place that we stayed in, this Airbnb in Norwich, and, you know, the conversations we'd have for hours, and just a glass of wine, and just getting to know each other bit by bit, that the trust just built and built and built. You know, that by the time we left, it was tough, because we had built something authentic, you know, that we were able to put into this film, that all kind of came to full circle. And we had to wake up as to why we were doing it, which was to make the film, you know. But the impact that you can leave on someone when you share that work together can be life lasting, you know.
So, and also what we forget is we're both quite gregarious people, actually, but we were in COVID lockdown. So actually, we weren't allowed to spend time with the crew, whereas normally, not that there was any time off, there wasn't, but you know, we might normally have said, oh, let's do a big Sunday lunch for blah and cook and stuff, you know. We couldn't do any of that. So, and that helped us, I think, because the level of concentration had to be so high, just from a practical point of view. Didn't it? It was sort of
well, because you've
it's such a wordy script, like, as well. Like,
oh yeah, it was so beautifully written and so beautifully calibrated. And you know, the real challenge, actually, people talk about nudity and all of that being difficult. That was the easy part. The real difficulty was to make sure that the way in which these people affected one another really came through. You know, we'd sort of get into a panic the night before and to go, should we, I wonder if that should be slightly hotter. Should she feel or does he feel a bit, we were constantly questioning it and saying, where can we make this? I think that focus and the capacity that we had to focus on it so fiercely, and then we had so little time, 19 days to shoot that film. It's a miracle. And Sophie and Brian getting the shots right, getting the set right, the design right. I mean, the landscape of two human beings in a room and making it a movie, an actual movie. I mean, what amazing.
That's so true.
Yeah. Listen, they're going crazy there, so I have to wrap it up. But that was lovely talking to you. Fair play to you.
And you
Thank
too.
you.
Your
So much.
silhouette.
My silhouette, my silhouette. You can just
Still don't know what you look like.
We have no idea what you look like. No.
I'm listen.
You're a mysterious shadow,
Yeah.
Ifig.
Ooh.
But lovely.
Thank you. All right. All the best.
Bye.
I have felt more alive in this last month than I can ever remember. You're the only adventure I've ever had.